An extremely tough weekend. We talk with the captain of the Battle Mountain hockey team before their big doubleheader this weekend. Then some inter-valley fights. We talk with the basketball teams of Battle Mountain, Eagle Valley, Vail Christian, and Vail Mountain School as they all faced off this week. Then, a great way to exercise. We go over to the Vail Nordic Center and talk to them about some great Nordic opportunities. All this here on the Scoreboard. Hello, and welcome to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Brett Ferraro, and we have a great show for you today. The Eagle Valley girls basketball team faced off against Vail Christian this week. We got to sit down with the coach and some of the players after that game. Then we head over to the Vail Nordic Center where we get to learn some great opportunities for you to exercise in our great outdoor communities. But first, we got to sit down and talk with the captain of the Battle Mountain School hockey team and talk to him about the big doubleheader that is happening right now and tomorrow here at Dobson Ice Arena. Let's go and check out that interview.
All right, we are here on the Scoreboard with Nate for the Battle Mountain varsity hockey team. So Nate, how long have you been with the team?
I've been with the team for 3 years, varsity, and yeah.
Are you a senior?
I'm a senior, yeah.
Awesome. So 3 years with the varsity team, you've played your whole life here in the Vail Valley?
Yep, exactly the same. Just been playing since like mini mites, so like around 5. Just always had like skates on, and so it's pretty fun, yeah.
So, and where do you go to school?
I go to Vail Christian as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So have you guys always been playing together growing up?
Yeah, it's kind of like the same people that are out there on the ice are like go through the club program, and then they kind of come through the high school program as well, just because the whole valley is basically just funneled into like one hockey thing.
So you guys have all been playing together for years at this point?
Yeah, like you're familiar with everyone, you know them, and good chemistry and stuff.
Does the coaching change too much as you guys move through the program, or does the coach kind of move along with you guys a little bit?
I guess it depends. Like through the clubs, you usually have like parent coaches, like people who know dads or someone who know like hockey, and then when you reach like high school, you get like coaches like George and like head coaches who are like paid to be here. So I guess it's a little bit different depending on like what parent coach you had, but like I always had good coaches, so yeah.
So moving from the club program into the high school varsity program, like has the tempo really changed very much?
It's definitely like faster, and then like it's also just like scary because it's like a high school sport, but like you get over it and then you meet like really good friends, and like it's awesome, yeah. So I like it.
What about playing for the crowds?
Playing for the crowds?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a big part. I like when people like come in like in the barn and just pack it because it's cool like to get support from like all schools from all the valleys and stuff. So it's definitely cool. You feel like cool when you're out there and there's a bunch of crowd people, but yeah.
That's fantastic. So you guys had 3 big games over the weekend. You played against Denver East, which didn't go super well. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
We kind of just we're missing some players, and then we also just weren't playing our best. They're also just a really good school, and just a bunch of things combined, we kind of got wrecked, but not wrecked, but we lost. And then I'd say we did pretty well coming out of that. We started winning some games. We won 3 games on the road, and we're coming up, and we're gonna hopefully win all the rest of our games. So that's the plan.
So how has the morale really been with the team? I mean, you guys have been playing together for so long, coming off of a big loss like that, and then having a couple of really big wins following through. How do you guys feel like you're going to be coming into Summit?
I think after Denver East, we kind of stepped it up, and we're we need to be more committed. We need to actually focus hard, and I think a lot of people did that, and I think now everyone's focused, and I think we're ready to take on whatever. So I think it's gonna be good, those 2 games this weekend.
Fantastic. And I imagine the Summit kids have a little bit of the same thing going on that you guys do here, where it's been the same group of kids playing together for years. Yeah. Is there a little bit of a rivalry there?
Growing up, they used to be pretty bad, and they were pretty bad the last couple of years, but they're pretty good this year. So it's definitely more of a rivalry now. All mountain schools and all schools are not in Denver. It's kind of personal. You want to beat them, and you want to be the best mountain school out there. So yeah.
So I remember when I was playing for Battle Mountain, our big rival was always Regis and Valor Academy down in Denver.
Nice, yeah.
Who's the big rival nowadays?
Regis and Valor are like pretty good schools, pretty good 5A schools. So we dropped down to 4A last year, or 2021. But yeah, they're pretty good, and we have good games against them. But I'd say rival now, maybe like Steamboat, and like mountain teams like Glenwood. We want to beat Glenwood, and Aspen. We don't like them and stuff.
Got to beat Aspen.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, awesome, Nate. Thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to practice.
Sweet, thank you.
Well, you guys have a great game coming up on Friday.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Scoreboard. This week, there was some inter-valley fights in basketball. Vail Mountain School and Battle Mountain School faced off against each other. Battle Mountain won that game 47-32. But the big story tonight is the Eagle Valley girls basketball team who faced off against the Vail Christian girls basketball team. They won that game 56-11. What a dominant performance by our Eagle Valley girls. We got a chance to speak with the coach as well as some of the athletes, so let's go ahead and check that out.
We are here on the Scoreboard with the coach of the Eagle Valley Devils varsity girls basketball team. Would you mind introducing yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, my name is Vincent Cisneros, and I'm the head coach of the Eagle Valley girls basketball team.
So you guys just finished your game against Vail Christian. A little bit of a blowout for you.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about how the game went?
Yeah, it was a good win for us tonight. Our opponent played hard, they coached hard. It was good for us to be able to just get on the floor tonight and compete. We were able to get some girls on the floor who don't normally get an opportunity as much, and it was just a good production for us all the way around. We had a late night last night. We had a good road win against Grand Junction last night. Got home late. So honestly, as a coach, I was a little nervous coming in, regardless of who the opponent is, just because of the circumstances. But it's nice to stack back-to-back wins.
So is there anything that you do as the coach to kind of help prepare the girls in that kind of event where you got back-to-back, a late road game, and then a next game the next morning? Is there anything you guys do to stay motivated, to keep morale up?
It's kind of the reason why I was nervous coming in. There's really not a whole lot of time. I work a normal job. The girls had school this morning, so there wasn't really a whole lot that we could do to prepare for an opponent that we didn't have time to practice for. But either way, it was just really nice to see some new faces on the floor and get opportunities and really succeed in what they were doing out there.
Well, it looks like you guys did really well today. Is there anything that you guys are doing in your practices to really kind of help keep that defense up? Your defense today was impeccable.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We do work hard on it. We installed our press earlier in the week, and we do a lot of film work. So we film our practices, we film our games, and really all we're trying to do is just be consistent with our rotations and our principles and sticking true to what our athleticism works for us.
So, wait for that banging to stop for just 1 second real quick. So as you guys are working on, both building up the team in general as you guys move in towards the season, I imagine that the Christmas break was a bit of a challenge for you guys getting rolling as the season began. Is there anything that you want to say about that?
Coaching basketball for 14 years, the winter sports season is one of the hardest because of how many breaks we have. We have the Thanksgiving break, we've got the Christmas break, and we really did have like 3.5 weeks off before our next contest. And we actually ended up playing the Durango's girls basketball team, who, when they came and played us here, they were the number 3 team in the state. So it was hard to really get a good feel for high-level competition after such a long break. But it's still good to play a good team early. We squeezed in 2 more games here, and now we've got Montrose coming in on Saturday, who's also ranked in the top 10. So we still got our work cut out for us. There's still a lot of basketball to play, and we're really excited to continue to compete on the season.
So between now and that game against Montrose, what do you think that you guys are going to be focusing on moving forward?
Yeah, so we're going to continue to try to keep things as simple as possible and just try to stay consistent. So defensively, we're going to continue to really harp on what our rotations need to be. Our communication needs to be a lot better, but really our effort and our energy just really has to be consistent. So as long as we can keep that up, we can compete with anybody.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to it. But you have a great rest of your night, and thanks for talking to us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We are here with Cassie of the Eagle Valley Devils girls varsity basketball team. Cassie, would you mind introducing yourself for us?
Hi, I'm Cassie Carpenter. I'm a junior.
So, how long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing since I was in like 4th grade-ish.
And how many years have you been on the team?
This is my first year on varsity. I swung up to varsity last year, but I've been playing for Eagle Valley this will be my 3rd year now.
Well, awesome. So, how's your varsity season going so far?
It's been,
For the team and for yourself?
For me, personally, it's been amazing. Like, the team environment is great, the coaching is great, everything is fun for me. For the team, we've had, like, our ups and downs, our bad games, our good games, but I feel like it's really starting to pick up for us now. Like, we're really getting a hold of our, like, plays and stuff, so it's going good.
Fantastic. So, as you guys were just in Grand Junction last night. You guys won against them. One more game today. How did you handle like the back-to-back games, the like intense level of play? Did you have any chance to rest?
Yeah, we came home pretty late last night. We had to get some sleep as much as we could, but I've been an athlete my whole life. I've played soccer, so I'm used to having to just be able to get up and do it again the next day. So for someone it might be harder, but just for me personally, it's a daily thing.
Not having to sneak any naps in class or anything?
I'm not gonna lie, I did sneak one in today, but we were just watching a movie, so it was okay.
So, you said you were a junior, and so far this season you guys have been doing pretty well, and you're on a 2-game streak moving up against Montrose coming up in this next weekend. How do you guys think you're going to play against Montrose?
I think just the confidence itself coming off of these 2 games is going to give us that boost that we would need, because we've had some games where we just came in knowing that like we're playing a tough team. We like had this thing in our heads that we knew we were like had a disadvantage, but I think this confidence that we got from these 2 games is going to give us this boost that we need to be able to push through this next game and get the W.
So they're ranked pretty highly, but what are you guys going to work on between now and that game that you guys think you need to improve?
I think the first thing we'll have to do is definitely rest our bodies just because of this long week, but we also just got to get that energy up, be able to come out as strong as we can play, because sometimes we come out too slow, but if we come out as hard as we can, I think we got a good chance against them.
Well, you guys certainly came out really hard today, and your defense was impeccable. I think you had a little bit of contribution to today's win, right? 2nd leading scorer?
Yeah.
So what did you do today to get yourself in that headspace to do so well?
I think it was a lot of just my teammates and the coach just hyping me up, telling me I got it, telling me to keep taking shots. Definitely didn't hit every shot I took, but just getting into that confident mindset that I got it. My teammates would definitely help me out with that, so that was what helped me a lot today.
Fantastic. All right, a couple more questions for you. Last one being, finish with your game. I imagine you're hungry. I was always hungry when I was done playing. I played hockey for Battle Mountain back in the day, and I was always starved. What's your favorite post-game meal?
I mean, living up here, it's hard to get the good stuff, but when I'm in Denver, I'll always go for Chipotle. That's the stuff right there. It's my favorite.
Well, awesome. Cassie, thank you so much for your time, and you have a great rest of your night. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Are you looking for a great way to stay in shape? Well, the Vail Nordic Center has you covered. Our very own Maddie Evans went out and got to talk with some of the coaches over there and talk about what it's like to Nordic ski. So why don't we go ahead and check that out?
We are standing outside of the Vail Nordic Center right now, which is a great place to come and explore if you have not already been here. And we're standing with one of their fabulous team members. We've got Trey Johnson. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me.
Yeah, thank you, Maddie. Thanks for coming out and being here today. So
I'm so excited because this is a sport that I've never fully gotten into, and I just learned that there's a difference between classic skating and track skating, right?
classic skiing and skate skiing, yes.
See?
Yeah, she's on it. So classic skiing is the original. So it was originally used in the early Nordic times to get from point A to point B. And now we use it for exercise, which is pretty cool. So classic skiing is a lot simpler for the beginner to learn and participate in. The more advanced skier is generally going to be lean more towards skate skiing. Classic skiing looks more like running. Skate skiing looks more like speed skating. So it's kind of, a very beginning difference between the two. There's a lot more than that too. So.
Right, and as you're getting into it and you're learning,
Yeah.
then you get to learn about all of the great gear, all of the great techniques that go into it. So let's talk a little bit about the gear that you have in your hands right now.
No problem. So I have a pair of skate skis in my hand. So you're going to look at it. It has actually what's called camber to it. So it's going to have like a U shape. And what happens is when it's on the ground, it actually flexes into the snow. So then that's going to be how you gain force to move yourself forward. A classic ski looks a little bit different. It's actually going to be a lot softer and a lot longer, but it's going to have what's called a skin in the middle of the ski, and that's going to provide traction for the participant to keep moving forward. So again, just two very different sports within the same umbrella, per se.
Which is so incredible, and not only do you guys offer, of course, the fabulous skiing here, but you've got trails for snowshoeing and fat biking. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, totally. So there's basically three trails that are trail series that go through our entire property. There's skate skiing and classic trails, which make up a majority of it. They have groomed terrain in the middle, which are groomed daily, typically starting about 7 a.m. And they have groomed in the middle, classic track on both sides. And then we have our fat biking and our fat biking and our snowshoeing trails as well, which are different than the others. So it's all out there.
It's all out here, and standing out here where we are right now, it is so beautiful. 365 degrees of views right now, meaning that people should come out here and they should enjoy everything that you guys have to offer.
Yes, absolutely agree. Nordic is an awesome way to get outside if you want to break from the mountain. It's a great way to stay outside, stay fit during the winter, and it's just a great activity to get involved in when you live in the high country or you're visiting up here as well.
So not only do you guys obviously offer all the great things that you can do here at the Nordic Center, but you also offer some great AT setups if people are looking to get into that as well.
Yeah, so we offer rentals for those who are trying to get into alpine touring or AT skiing, which is skiing uphill. We offer two varieties. We offer like a race package, which is a really lightweight ski and a lightweight binding, as well as a more hardy, more mountaineering setup. So it really depends where you're trying to go with regards to AT skiing, but we do have the options here as a way to try the sport out in general.
And now, if you're someone who has never done the Nordic skiing, do you think that if you have AT skied before, that you'll have a little bit of an advantage learning because you're not used to, or you're used to letting your heel be released from that binding?
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. So somebody who, for example, myself, I had tried AT skiing for a long time, and then I got into classic skiing, and it was pretty easy for me to adjust between the two. Where the real difficulty came for me was skate skiing, but that happened, after a couple times out there. Started to get a little bit better, a little bit more efficient. But yes, to answer your question directly, alpine or AT skiing does relate directly to classic skiing, and it's a nice way to introduce yourself to both.
Which I think is so amazing. And then you guys offer some great services too. If people are interested in getting involved, coming out here, enjoying all of the amazing amenities that you have here at the Nordic Center, you guys are very good about making sure people's day is going to start great here and end great here, and so they can get lessons.
Yes, yeah, we offer actually 5 lesson slots daily, 3 private slots, and 2 group lessons, which are designed for the beginning classic skier. So if it's your first time coming out, we definitely recommend those introductory level group lessons. And if you want to take your skiing game to the next step, we recommend a private lesson with one of our great instructors.
Which is so amazing, especially if you're timid about getting out there and doing a new sport like I am. This is the perfect way to introduce yourself to it. Allow yourself to kind of make those adjustments and learn from the experts.
Yes, absolutely. It's the way to learn the sport. You got to start on the right track, and we'll get you out there for a lifetime of Nordic skiing.
And then you'll be going super fast and you'll look like him on the
yes,
track.
That's exactly right. It's all about speed out there. The faster you go, the better you look. So, yeah.
We love to hear that. Now, if people are interested in coming to check you guys out, what's the best way for them to find you guys?
Yeah, so you can check on our website at vailrec.com, and you'll find the Nordic tab on our website. It'll give you all of our prices and general ideas. But if you have any additional questions that aren't answered directly on the website, give us a call at our phone number to our retail shop at 970-476-8366.
And then, of course, my final question, where are you guys located?
We are located just east of Vail Village, about a 3-minute drive if you drive fast enough. So, yeah.
Trey, thank you so much for taking the time, giving us all this great information. Now, I think that you're geared up, so I think you should clip your skis on and ski away. How do you feel?
I'm going to ski away here. I'm going to do it.
All right, perfect. You do that. Make sure that you come check out the Vail Nordic Center. That way you can spend some time with the experts like Trey himself, get yourself a great lesson, and then come and enjoy this new fabulous way to love the snow.
That's all the time that we have for this episode of the Scoreboard. If you have any story ideas, please email us at scoreboard@tv8vail.com. And if you've missed any of our previous episodes, you can find them all at thescoreboardnation.com. I've been your host, Brett Ferraro, and I can't wait to see you all next time.